The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Good morning, everyone. Basil Chapman on this Thursday, the 4th of September. We're looking at the Dow. This is very interesting because every day the Dow's been, for a little while there, the Dow's been very weak and then closed almost at the high of the day, last 2 days. Today, it started at the upper end, and we're going to see, does it start to pull back over the period of the day? A little bit of shakiness out there. I'm always a little cautious when the semis are not performing well. That's kind of a heads up, at least, to keep it in mind. So here we go. The Dow right now is down 4 at 45,266. Did run up all the way to 45,345. So it's almost 90, almost 100 points lower. You're going to watch this very carefully because it's acting. Now, the 9-period moving average, on purely technical basis, this is still very strong. The 9's over the 14. MACD just flipped negative. Stochastics under 80% at 71%. On-balance volume's weak. Relative strength is right there. It's a little bit weak. It's not that bad. But that, to me, is the most important thing, the 9 over the 14, and that's good. Weekly chart's still acting very well. So we're going to see where it closes today. I don't think it's able to get to the 390s would be a really big challenge. I think it might be a little tough to do that. Let's see what happens. S&P, much better looking chart. But still not at the all-time high of 6508.23. I still haven't changed my mind about the count, the Chapman wave count. Every once in a while, out of the thousands of charts we look at, there's just one that's a troublemaker. And this one's a little bit of a troublemaker. I can call that a D. In the Chapman wave methodology, serious pullbacks very often occur at a D or higher. And this is only a C, but we'll get into that. Most importantly, it's up 4 at 6452.50. And the 9 is over the 4, and both of them are still turned up, so that's a positive. But the MACD's weak, stochastics at 62% weak, on-balance volume's weak, the relative strength is tucked in over there, that's weak. So overall, the majority of the technical indicators are weak, but the most important, the 914, still strong. That's what I'm going with. QQQ, NDX 100, trading vehicle, week down 19 cents at 569.80. This is I've drawn in the arch formation. I may as well show you this. Take a moment to do that. Right there. Okay, let me lift that up. So this is the pattern we look at. I look at 3 core patterns all the time. Straight up, straight down. All prices that you look at are made up of straight up or straight down, depending on the degree. And cup formation or arch formation, or a mix of 1 and 2. If it's an arch formation and looks like a lowercase h and fails at a peak A or a B, takes out the left side low, you've got to respect that. Where are we here? You haven't taken it out yet. This is the low of 558.84. I may as well type it in because it's going to become more and more important. 558. Did I say 94? I'll just say 94 for now, then I'll change it. 84. And there it is. We didn't take it out on the move down a couple of days ago. And it went down to where? It went down to 559.54. So, what is that? 50 cents higher. Now it's a little bit higher. And look at this. The arch formation is doing that H pattern, that lowercase h pattern. We call it the dreaded H because if it does take out the left side low, you've got to be careful. So the NDX 100 Invesco QQQ Trust Series is trading quite weak. Hasn't gone even to the trend line resistance, the falling axe resistance, or the arch resistance. So I'm watching this very closely. And we did have short positions in the S&P. We took a very tiny 0.7% loss and a 1.2, I think it was, percent loss. I try to keep them as small as possible. I don't want to be sitting there with a big loss saying, oh my God, now it's 15%, oh, now it's 20. We're out. We can always get back in. If we have to get in yet another time, it's not a problem, because at some point, I do believe we will get some digestive phase. I think it's unfolding right now, but it hasn't unfolded yet completely. So that's there. And now I do want to go to the SMHs because they are so important. Look at that, down $1.07. Down $1.12 at 285.34. Yeah, that's not a good pattern at all. There's the dreaded H pattern. I think at some point, by maybe next week, we take out the low of the 21st, which is at 281.15. And right now we're at 285.23, nicely higher. But it's not a great pattern that I'm looking at. And that weekly chart, still technically very strong all the way around. I do want to go to the... didn't want to do that. I haven't looked at this for about 2 weeks or so. VT, actually, it's way more than that. This is Vanguard Total Return. So this gets a down arrow. There's the falling axe formation. I didn't show that pattern. Tomorrow's Technical Friday. I can go into those in a little bit more detail. So this is peak A, B, C, C1. I do want to check. This to me looks like, yeah, it's a higher high. That is a higher high right there. 131.95, 131.98. 3 cents high, but it's higher. So this becomes A, right there. A, B, C1, C2. Where do I use that? When it looks like a D, and one or two of the technicals have a little hiccup to the upside, which says that should have gone to a D. It just didn't make it. You can treat it as a D by calling it a C1 and then a C2, but be aware that very often you still get to the D. Right now, the VT, the Vanguard Total World Stock ETF with the United States stocks, 40%, was making an all-time high just a week ago and made a little double top. Here in the weekly chart, it is a peak C, and that suggests it should still go to a leg D. All right, so I wanted to show you this. I hadn't looked at it for a little while. Wanted to do that together. Beautiful cup and ladle pattern. What does the cup and ladle pattern says? If in a cup formation or a V-shaped formation, you've made a peak D or E or higher, and then you pull back very sharply, start a brand new buy signal to buy mode, you should see the price go right through that previous high on the lip on the left side in a leg C, and it should still go to a D. And then you got to be careful because it could test the breakout lip, which is 109.30. That was made in November of 2021. I would say it's over 4 years ago. 4 years ago. Now what we're looking at, there it is. It pulled back to 100 and something, and it started soaring to the upside. So this is the world Vanguard Total Return. This is amazing, isn't it? Okay, so with that said, I want you to look at I believe it is the RSP. Don't type it on the chart. Right, there it is. RSP. I just need to do a couple of these things, and then we're going to get to a bunch of questions I had. RSP made a peak D in the weekly chart, a new all-time high in the monthly chart. That's the S&P 500 equal weight ETF, and a peak D pullback. It hasn't yet gone to a sell signal yet, but the previous peak D did do that. That was in July. Sharp pullback to 180, screams up to 190, pulls back, is trading at 187. I'll be back in a moment. Basil Chapman, Tiger Conditions Hour. Dow's down 24, S&P's up $2.80.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Hi folks, let me just show you this. We're going to go back to what we were looking at in a moment, but right now let me show you. Look, here's the 10-minute E-mini futures. Look what happened yesterday at 10 o'clock during my show. Big spike up and a single leg, I called it the Eiffel Tower, comes straight down. What did it just do today? Straight up, 10 o'clock, straight down to the 200-period moving average. That held the 200 moving average just briefly, and then it went under it. Today, the way it's looking, there's a chance that it's going to attempt to pull off from this 200 orange line, 200-period moving average right there, which is a rising trend line, and it's at 64.56. That's not good enough. But what it needs to do, it needs to get to about 54. Just 69 to 64.71. If it can hold in that area, it'll probably test the high of the day. But it definitely must hold the low that it's made so far, which is at 54.50. Let's get out of that. Next thing I want to show you is this. So here we go. So I'm looking at, this is the RSP, this is the equal weight S&P ETF. Made a peak D. That's what we're always looking for. It hasn't given a sell signal yet. It's just pulling back a little bit in both the daily and the weekly chart. Now, let's go on. So questions came in. Let me do this. I'm just thinking how I should do it in order. Yeah. So let me do this quickly. The TLT is trading up 35 cents at 86.92 in a very narrow range here. And the weekly chart looks as if it wants to go down, which would make yields go up. But then when you look at the TBT, which is the inversion, ultra short Lehman 20-year Treasury bond ETF, that looks like it wants to arch over. That means yields will be coming down. Okay, so we've got the mirror image, and it is. I remember the other day I was asked about the yields, and I said, everything about the market at this particular point is suggesting that the market thinks that yields are coming down. And that's really the most important thing. We will get reality later. It could be a confirmation or non-confirmation. But in the meantime, it looks like it's arching over from a peak E, so the yields look like they're coming down. If you run just real quickly, say to Toll Brothers up against peak 22 today, a brand new recovery high. These are, you could just, I'm talking to myself here, you could have just gone long at any point. It's just making higher highs and higher lows. A beautiful stair-step move. It is now in leg D, so you've got to be a little careful. But look at this beautiful pattern in the weekly chart. Okay, that's the one thing. The other is, so yes, yields do seem to be wanting to come down. The other is, I'm just going step by step here. Yeah, so look, there are earnings that come out that for a while now constantly disappoint. And Salesforce is one of them. So I was going to mention that yesterday. Didn't realize that the earnings were coming out, or at least I forgot. But I would have said, remember that Benioff has this way of just talking. He has produced the goods, but he also has a way of talking his portfolio unbelievably. And most reports yesterday was that it was a disappointing miss. He sounded like it was just fantastic. You don't know what you're talking about. Well, today's down 18 at 238. So be careful. Repetitive mantras that are just repeated over and over and over have to have veracity. If they don't, look at this, the way it's made the arch formations of the dreaded H, took out the left side load, still holding okay. The 200-period moving average at 245, absolutely imperative to hold. So far, it's under it. This is just not a good sign. There's the dreaded H in the monthly chart even. Just be real careful on some of these stocks. So I wanted to cover that. I wanted to cover, of course, when I write it down, and it looks so clear. Ulta Beauty trading up. For 4 days ago, it plunged from the 538 area down to the under 490, to 491. The next day, it makes a lower low and then screams back up. I mean, when I say screams back up, it goes to the 530s. From under 490, it goes to 530. Now, what's really important is that yesterday it made a higher high. It also made a round number high at 539.00. This is Ulta Beauty Products. And what did it do today? It pulls back a little bit. And what did it have today? It had a round number 533. I'm watching it high. So if it doesn't take out 533 by Wednesday of next week, it says, you know what, it can digest those gains, go back into the 520 to the 510 area. I'm watching it very closely. That I wanted to get that out. Oh, FXI. FXI is China. Now it's made that peak D. Remember I said the last peak D back in July had a very sharp pullback from the 39s to the 36s. Then it ran up to 39 again. And now it's pulled back. Dreaded H pattern, be careful. Peak D probably in the weekly chart. So it's done a great thing. XPNG. Did I just write that correctly? No, XPEV. There it is. Yeah, I spoke about this the other day. I said Xpeng Inc. designs, develops, manufactures smart EVs. Just made a peak D. Be careful. I think both China, the large cap China ETF, and Xpeng are going to pull back, and they have pulled back. It's at 19.86 right now. The 9-period hasn't crossed positive, but it's really close to doing it. So it needs to get to the 20.75 area in the next 2 days, because otherwise it's probably going to go low. Be careful there. Okay, I did that. What am I missing? Crude oil, just do it real quickly, down 79 cents at 63.10. Nothing to see here. High-grade copper, that's what it was. High-grade copper is down 0.05 and 4.57. And the other thing that I'm looking at right now is high-grade copper. Why am I so sluggish today? That's because after midnight I was at the airport picking up my daughter. So let's just see. Yeah, look at this wheat. I've been warning about wheat, the dreaded H pattern. It's gone all the way around from a peak C minus now. Just be real careful with these grains. C minus. I think soybean, same thing. Soybean, ugly. Sharp pullback. The one that was doing well was corn. has gone to a peak D here, so be a little careful. Wow, those grains really took it on the chin. Now, I need to do this. Question came in. Yes, so, all right, let me go through the questions. Pitney Bowes, PBI. This is one that I have spoken about over and over and over, saying, PBI is from the old days. I mean, this goes back. It was a different company then. I think it had to do more with weighing stamps or something like that, all the way to the 2014 high in the 25s, tumbles down to the, right there. April of 2020 goes to 167. Retest is a little higher. Goes peak A, B, C, D. Okay. So Pitney Bowes, global shipping, mailing, tech, logistics, and financial services. And to tell you the truth, in my gut, because it kept coming up, and I thought, is this like Xerox or something coming back from the dead? Well, it has come back from the dead and it's remade itself. I've liked it very much. We have not got into it, even though it's shown up as a screamer, meaning under $10 for quite some time. Now it's gone to the 13s, pulled back to the 11s, actually just under 11, is trading well. Let me take a moment to talk about this because there's a little lopsided in the cup formation. That says it could take a little while to get to the 1250s. I'll be back in a moment. Dow's at 50, S&P's at 10. Basil Chapman, Tiger Technicians Hour.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Kickstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Kickstad releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tiger Technicians Hour is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at direction.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Basil, Chapman, Technicians. Our PBI is Pitney Bowes Inc., Global Shipping, Mailing, Tech, Logistics, Financial Services, trading at 12.20 of 20 cents. Yeah, I think this is looking very good. I haven't been able to give an up arrow yet. I think by the end of the day I should, but that stochastic slipping under 80% to 70% just makes me one little bit hesitant. Probably I could call this a buy signal, not a buy mode. That's what I can do. But I need to confirm to see it goes above the high of peak B, which is at 26th of August at 12.47. Goes to 12.48, it's in a buy mode. It should definitely go to a D, whether it's underneath the previous D or not, it depends. But so far it's acting really well. Weekly charts holding nicely. When the cup formation takes a little too much time on the right and then makes a little handle still, that makes me kind of cautious, but I do like it. And looking out, you've had this a long time, and I think you should still hold it a long time. I'm just saying, it's good. Would you add to it right now? Probably add to it at 12.48. 12.48. I'd add to it. That's only 20-something cents higher, but I want confirmation of higher highs and higher lows. Next question is, hi Basil, AQST ripping on positive FDA developments. Approval expected in January for their sublingual epinephrine EPI pen. Oh, I remember. Alternative without needles. I remember reading about this. Thoughts on the current setup? Thanks. Yeah, so this is AQST. AQ, wow, busy phone, okay. AQST, wow, what, you didn't tell me you had a big spike today, 20%, up 81 cents at 476. We've been discussing this for a long time. I've shown this chart that said when you make this large arch formation and then hold the base really well, when it takes off, very often all you need to do is to look to the left side peaks, because that's what it keeps wanting to attain. The next one here would be this one, the week of the 6th of December at 529. Just one step at a time. Stair step move up, stair step move down, and the stair step move up is walking the 9-period moving average, using the 14-period moving average as a springboard. Very nice. Now, very often after the news, it can take a little bit of a breather, but as I read it right now, this is leg C. It's an alternate. It is an overlapping peak A and a B, then under it had a peak A and a B, and whoosh, together they go together in a C. It should still go to a D in the daily chart. I just need to tell you that 460 to 443 is probably the near-term support, but it's looking really good. Next question came in. Where was it? Yes. I just saw it. Wait, you had a question there. Open. You just said open. Yeah, isn't this interesting? Since we've been talking about, remember when I went to Tanglewood, what was it, about 3 weeks ago, the 23rd of August, I said I saw open, where was it? Open door, the license plate on this car, elderly couple, and I think it was a Kia maybe or something like that, EV, SUV. And I thought, gee, that's interesting to have put the name on your license plate and then not have a Jaguar or whatever it is. This is very interesting. And I didn't get to speak to them or anything, but this is all my impression. And the next, we had just spoken about it. You had asked me in the den about open. And it was like 2 days later, I saw this license plate. And then I've seen it, not the license plate, but I've seen open door just everywhere I'm looking here. I hadn't seen it as a kind of a visible thing before. I like it very much. Remember, it was making a peak D. I said, as long as it's walking the 9-period moving average, that should be good, and it is good. It's trading up 60 cents today at 571, up 11%. I like it. It has got to the D. Remember what? Oh, that's what I wanted to point out. See, he has a peak C, but under it you got a peak A. Oh, Under it, no. Mistake. That was the A. That was the B. And that was the C. And now you've got an overlapping D. Everything's good. Okay. Didn't see that. Remember, if your starting point, this is a little technical thing in the Chapman Wave methodology. If your starting point is here, I think it just slipped underneath the... No, it's not. I think there's a penny difference. Ooh, you've got to get the right trough. 51. Oh, 51, double bottom. Yes, this is peak A, B, C, and then under it, it's got an A minus, another A minus, but then it picks it up and goes B, gray C, and an overlapping D. And both of them, that goes to D, and that goes to D. That's a really big move. What it should do is go to a D in the overlap, Chapman wave, overlapping wave, come back and retest the left side lip. That's at 497 on the 21st of July. Well, it certainly did that. It went under to about 420s, and now it's just about going for another recovery high. I like this very much, and I'm going to mention that it's more important that I say to you, not the upside, because it's just empty to the upside for quite a while since it broke last month. It broke for the first time above the 2023 high, but it's kind of open season looking up. So now I'm looking at it and I'm saying, because of that, I have to say to you, this is definitely the support that you have to monitor. Forget about upside at this point because it's in a buy mode and it's moving higher both in the daily and the weekly now has gone to a buy. Stochastics at 76. Yep, I can say that's a buy signal in the weekly chart, almost a buy mode. We'll wait until Friday. But most importantly, 435 to what was this low? Right here. To 396. So the 390s is really important support over the next week or two. A really nice action we're looking at. So good. Open door, tech, digital platform for real estate, buy and sell. Oh, that's when I looked at it, this was all up and top. If I knew that it was down at the bottom here, I would have gone straight into it because I've been looking at RMAX. All these ones in the single digits. Look at this. It's up 14 cents today. Peak D. What was the other one? It doesn't matter. There are a couple of that are in this area, single digits. They're following the real estate market moving higher. So that's important to know. Very often I like for subscribers to get something that there's a $280 stock that's the leader. But then there's also a $28 one. But there's also an $8 one that's kind of following the same pattern, not to the same degree, but still moving in the same direction. And I like to do that. All right, so we've done that. Next question came in. Could I look at, so I've got three that I will look at as soon as I return. The Dow's up 100. S&P's up 20. I'll be back in a moment.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Hi folks, I just wanted to check. Look, this here is a 200-period moving average, this orange line. And look how this 10-minute E-mini hit it exactly. And now it's rallied very strongly in a brand new leg A. It has to be brand new because it made a lower low. This is the start of something. So either it's going to do another failure pattern, Eiffel Tower straight up, straight down. I don't think it is. I think it's going to chop, chop, chop. And maybe if it can get through 64, it's at 64.74 right now. If it can close on a 10-minute basis above 64.86, I think it has a chance to get to 64.90s, but that's going to be the issue, and it has to do that, I would say, in this next, during Steve's show coming up. All right, with that said, we've still got time. I thought I was running to the last segment. Good. So this is what I wanted to show you here. Here we go. Look at this. So this is, let me go to, so a question came in about, I just did that AQST, but look at what's going on here. QST. Now, Dan and some others in the den know their biotechs, especially the mini biotechs, very well. But look at this, SVRA flashed the other day and then again yesterday. Savara and rare respiratory diseases made a peak E in the monthly back in 2024, comes all the way down, and then it finds a bottom. It gaps down to the bottom right here in June, and it goes weekly, peak A, peak B, peak C. It's in leg D above the 200-period moving average now. It's in G/C in the daily chart at $3.56. SVRA is a symbol, up 14 cents. I mean, I could just go on and on and on. I don't know the fundamentals to these, but look at this. NEO is one that went, this is Neogenomics. So it went to a peak E just the other day. It's pulled back, but it's gone from the 450 area all the way to 9. It doubled, and now it's just pulling back a little leg A in the weekly. I could just go on and on and on with this. PGen, PGEN. PGen is trading down 17 cents at 458. Why? Because it went to a peak D right there. So it tootles along from the 200-period moving average at $1.50. Next thing you know, it's trading at $5.23. And look at this, it's only a leg C in the weekly charts. Prestigen Inc., Gene and Cell Therapies, and Respiratory. Look at that monthly chart, tooted along in the 60-cent area, and then it goes all the way to the 5s. I mean, I wish I could do. I have AQST from way before AIFF. AIFF, is that correct? Oh, all right. Well, so much for that. Oh, that's right. I put that in. This is Firefly Network. I just put this in because someone said something about it. SBRA. Yeah, look at this. This is going to be a color, a KALA. Yeah, color by eye disease. I mentioned this. I show subscribers. Look, my notation is down here in the 6s. Look, right there. I haven't even updated it. So this is B. This becomes C, and it's still C, and it goes to $15.80. I can't even explain these. I can do the chart patterns, and I wish I'd actually just followed them. Color Bio, KALA is a symbol, up 13 cents today. These are amazing charts. I mean, really, XGEN, that one pulled back after a fabulous move. Peak F at the $10, $10.20 area, going from $6.50 just in a month and a half. Peak F, daily, peak E, weekly, only a leg C, Exogen, Inc., autoimmune diagnostic. I mean, these just go on and on. NKTR had a question then. NKTR, we're looking at, what is this? Nectar Therapeutics. Oh, I remember seeing this ages ago, and then I just took it off my list. Look at that. Gapped up today. $33.60, up $5.05, up 17%. Peak A, B, C, D, E, boop, F. And here's your rectangle formation in the weekly chart, which says that it should climb towards the high, just under, just on, or just above. And then because it's one big swoop to the upside, this one could arch over. That's a different pattern. This one could turn into this. All right, so I thought I'd go through a couple of charts tomorrow. I did them today because I was asked about others, and it's quite incredible. So year-long free shares, wonderful, Dan, that's great. Okay, yes, okay, so NKTR. All right, well, that's still doing great right now. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that there are areas. Now, if you did, for instance, today we wanted to buy something. It's in an area that I followed it for a while. I really liked it. I actually thought it was in real estate, but it's not. It's in something else. And I love the chart. It looked like a real estate chart. And I wanted to pull back today. I could have got it just on a little bit of a dip, but I would have done that, except I read that there's a chance that there are a couple of ingredients there that are not as savory as they should. I haven't gone into it enough, so it just made me a little hesitant. I said, let's get it on a pullback. It did pull back, not enough. So I might have to go in a little higher than I wanted. But I'm seeing buys. I'm seeing positions here that are rotating through different areas. So that's the reason why I made the stop so tight on the S&P X that we had, the split position, 0.7%, 1.2. I mean, to have a 3 times short and only take that much of a loss, I'd much do that a couple of times, because when we do get into this, it's going to be something. I had a question about Disney. So Disney holding very well, but at the lower range of its daily chart, in the upper range of the weekly chart, and if you look at the monthly chart, it's in the lower part, right? Peak C, Walt Disney up $1.33 at 118.71. So the big question is, if you're looking out, we've passed the summer, right? So that part of it's gone. But if you're looking out, is this a buy and hold? And the question came in earlier because when it pulled back very sharply down, not this low here, it was this low when it gapped up. Remember when it gapped up? Let me just show you. Remember, it gapped up right there. I thought, above the 200-period moving average, it's just been a mess. And I was saying to subscribers and even here on the show, I think I'm beginning to like Disney very much. and it's coming up with the summer. Well, it's had a spectacular run from the, let's call it 95 area, from the 90s to 124.69 June. End of June of this year. Then it double topped, then it pulled back, but it's still holding very well. But it's not, it's acting like one of those sideways things that can drive you mad because it goes sideways longer than your patience. But I do like it. So the question came in, should I add to it? See, if you said to me, should I buy it? That's different completely. Adding to it means that you're in a good position. And I'm going to say, as we go to the break, right there, that Disney, as it stands right now, I would, as long as you in your mentally thinking of it as a trading position that could become a longer position, I'm saying at 118.63, yes, because the moment it can close above 121, it can go even higher. So let's just look at it that way, but I'd have a 3-point stop.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
So just to sum up, as we're about to go to the final break, and then you go to Steve Rhodes and the rest of the good programming here at TFNN, I'm going to say that down 2,435, Bitcoin at 110,395. You look at the way the 9 period has turned pink, made that double top. It's been negative since. It's in a sell mode in the daily. It's the sell signal. I have to wait for Friday afternoon at 4 o'clock, but it could very well pull back a little bit more in the. I think that the whole 100,000 area should be good support, but I'm just watching this closely for Bitcoin. Okay, ETH is doing quite nicely, but it's also digesting a little bit right here. I've still got this as a potentially trying to go to the 40. 45.35 area. It's at 40.98. We'll see if that occurs. So, and I'm really mystified. I expected the silver to pull back very sharply. Our core mining made another non-all-time high, but another major high in the 14.27 area. I don't understand how it can keep going like that, but I'm not complaining. I'm just mentioning here in passing. And the other thing that I want you to say is while we're at it, FOLD is Amicus Therapies. Look at this. Over the 200 period moving average, I haven't even updated the notation. I've updated last time. It was in the sevens and low sevens, and now it's at 794. I mean, these biotechs are just on fire. They're looking absolutely for Amicus Therapies. Sorry. FOLD is the symbol, up 9 cents at 793. So with that said, the only other thing I wanted to mention is the VIX index. These big spikes in the VIX have been buy signals very often. You had that just 3 days ago, and the market's held, I wouldn't say buy signal, but at least it's held the market quite nicely. But I'm watching this closely because over the next week or so, if the VIX index trading at 15.75 actually closes any day above 19.83 to 20.25 in that area, that's just going to be a hint to say, finally, we've got a bit of a breather. We haven't got that yet. So have a wonderful day. As I say, we've still got longs and we want to